What's up, Full Circle Nation? I'm trying to record more of the stuff we do for the business. So today we're installing a salter, or the salt wiring on this here truck because, yeah, I didn't plan that good. I should have done this in the spring. So that's, or whatever, the summer. So this is the end that's going to end up down on that side of the truck. If you follow Mr. Wire all the way over to here, this is the part that goes on the battery. And I'm going to fish it through here, there, down under there, all the way down under the truck, probably along the frame rail here on the opposite side, all the way down until back here. And then over here, this piece has to go by the cab of the truck, or this piece plugs in to where the battery connector is, and then this goes into the cab because we don't want to put lots of power into the cab, just a little baby bit of power into the cab so that when somebody messes up, they don't shock themselves really badly or cause a fire. So, yeah, I'm going to get on that. Okay, so as you can see here, we got it kind of wired up, the gist of it. So here's the one end by the battery, and then it comes down, I guess I'll show you up here. It comes down through the engine bay, down there, behind the wheel well. I like to keep it out of this wheel well, so it comes down out there a little bit, if you can kind of see under there where the wire is. And then it runs down, and it's not tight yet. So I'm going to put a zip tie or something around that frame rail down there to keep it steady, and then we're going to come straight up here, zip tie it to this back rack thing, and it's in the truck bed. And then now what we got to do is connect this little connector thing right here. This is what actually controls it, the control box, which is somewhere over here, which is right here. So then I'll have to plug in there and come over here and come into the cab somehow. And I believe should be some grommets up underneath here. I just grabbed a light, so hopefully we can find a grommet under there, under the passenger side, to come in with that, and then find some power somewhere, get one of the little fuse stealer things, and then steal some power and make it work. So, all right, yeah. So here's what I did to find this. I first off went to the forums to find there's one of these under the thing, like my friend Zach told me, actually, but I wasn't listening when he told me. I was like, I can't find it up there. So it was actually under this floor mat. Stuck a light in it, just a random light, because I'll show you. You see it kind of coming out underneath there, but I'll show you. Now if we go under, we see the light, and then we see a bigger hole there where the wire can come through. So now we just got to get it up and behind there, and we're up in the engine bay, and we'll go over to where the it plugs in, and we'll be good. It's be perfect. Right, so about to pull this wire through. So what we got here is a little hanger coming from where we want to go through to where we're coming. So I'll show you the other end of that real quick. So it goes basically through straight there to underneath the truck, which is right here. Here's the other end of our hanger. And as you can see, what I did is taped it all up. So a little pointy at the front and taped up the back so the wire, this don't pull out of the loom or whatever. Nothing dumb happens. So I'm just going to yank this through and then, just plug it, and then we just got to get power. So the wiring is done. Now we just need to zip everything up and make sure it's all tight and not going to, cause a fire or anything stupid. All right, so as you can see here, we have it plugged in now. This is the piece that we were doing a second ago. And then it runs, if you can see it jiggling, it runs up across the top of there, all the way across the top through these little loopy things I found, down, and then into the truck cab, which is shown right here. And basically now what I got to do is zip tie everything up in the engine bay, tuck this all back in, tuck this up there, zip tie everything that's running down the side from the actual salter thing, and then we're good to go with the wiring. All right, so got everything wired up. It's a little dark now, so let me show you around real quick. All right, so here's what we're looking at. Got the wires attached here, kind of zip tied all up in here, zip tied in there. Everything's away from all the hot parts of the engine, like before, just zip tied to these two. It comes down through here, and obviously, brought it up in here. I actually did such a good that real quick, we went so high quality under here that I actually cut into the grommet instead of just putting it through the hole and without putting the grommet back, so pretty proud of that one. This is in here. Now, I didn't connect the inside power. I want to get it to one of those switches, but that's going to be a separate problem because it just, is a whole other thing. And then coming around this side of the truck, you can see the wire in the truck bed, actually. So I tried to smash my shins on the pintle hitch. So it's zip tied here, just so it doesn't pull on this and snap and fall out or whatever. Coming down here, it's zip tied, and zip tied all the way down there to the front. And then this one actually, like I said before, comes behind this fender here, and is this thicker wire. Kind of just goes down into the abyss there under the truck. So yeah, that's all the big wires run. Now we just gotta get power. All right, so I got this upfitter switch to attach down here. Let me bring the light. With that little doohickey, I know it's probably that little wire nut there is not the best way to do it, but it's fine. And then it goes down that red wire, which goes into this big wire, which goes into the engine bay under there. And then that's how the salter will turn on. And then when the salter's not in action, right, well, boom, the salter will be like this when it's on. Salter's not in action, boom, it's off, and then we don't have to worry about it. And this one's probably gonna be the backup camera. So, yeah, that's it. All right, so that was the install for the wiring of the salter harness. Now we just got to get the salter in there. It's actually in the bed of another truck flipped around, so we'll just push it right in and then strap it down, and we should be good to go for the salter. I have to mount the controller in there too, but that's all easy stuff. And we didn't even mount the controller last year. We just had it separate, and you just hold it in your hand. So, yeah, that's it for this one. Hopefully you guys like seeing a different kind of video, but it makes me feel a little bit less bad about, you know, wasting time installing stuff because I didn't plan super great. If, you know, there's people that might benefit from it. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.